going on, guys? Today we have an FD RX7. Honestly, don't even know what year it is. Maybe like a 92, 93. But anyways, this is a side project I am doing, a side job rather. This is a customer car for Tailored Chassis Solutions. I'll try and put in the Instagram handle right here. They do a bunch of stuff. They're the dudes that are tuning my GTR right now. A bunch of awesome dudes, but we got the RX7 up on the lift. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of start visualizing, seeing what I got to do. I am going to paint the bay on this car. You know, kind of do like the aprons down to a body line. Kind of just do this whole thing up until this point right here so they can cut it in the future for the whole car. But I got to go ahead and start pulling off these tabs and stuff for the harnesses. Of course, not break them so they can reuse all of them. Stuff like that. Put them in a load baggie, throw them in the car. I got to pull that steering wheel column. And yeah, we're going to start sanding on this thing tonight. Definitely not going to finish it tonight because it is already 6:30. I just picked up the car, so just kind of want to get an idea of what I got to do. So I'm going to go ahead, start working on this thing, and I'll just periodically update you guys, kind of give you the steps of what I do. And yeah, we'll just go from there. Alrighty, quick update. I've been slaving away at this thing. Figured, fuck it. I'll get it ready tonight and hopefully spray it probably Thursday. Today's Tuesday. By the time I get the paint, it'll probably be a little bit too late for tomorrow. Also, I got to make sure I have propane in the heat or in the shop so I can have some heat. And I'm going to go ahead and get this thing lifted up on the lift and pull out the subframe and all that jazz, just because we got to pop these coilovers out, and of course freshly powder coated subframe. Don't want to get any paint on that, so that's going to come out with the wheels. And yeah, we're almost done. We still got to scuff all this stuff, go over everything again. Anything that has a little bit of light surface rust, all that's going to get cleaned up. And yeah, we're moving right along, and let's get this subframe off. Alrighty, guys, so we're finishing up for the night. It's about 9 o'clock. This took like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 hours. Trying to get it real nice. This is the first time I'm doing an engine bay for this guy, or this company rather. And figured, you know, do my best, make it real nice, and hopefully I get some more jobs from them. You know, I could definitely use the side work here and there, pay for the builds. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I got finished up and how the car looks. So besides the car being covered in red dust, the engine bay is pretty much all set to go. We got the subframe out. Of course, I'm gonna have to put this in a better spot, wrap it up in some plastic wrap, make sure it doesn't get any overspray on it. Same with all that stuff. Not really worried about any of that, but the shop needs a huge douching. Of course, I'm gonna have to come tomorrow, clean up a bunch of stuff, anything that's, you know, surrounding the area, because I am gonna be spraying the car right here. But I got all the rusty areas cleaned up real good. There was a spot down there too that was a little scaly, so cleaned all that up. Everything is prepped in 400 and a Scotch-Brite wherever I couldn't get the sandpaper. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw up the door, go ahead, take the blowgun, blow this thing off, raise it up, bring the GTR in, and call it for the night. Guess I'll go ahead and show you guys around the car. This guy does live in Mass, so if you guys are in Mass, expect to see this thing sometime during the summer. Not too bad. It does have some overs. Not sure what brand they are, but they seem to fit pretty good. Thing's pretty slick. Not exactly sure what's going on with the engine or turbo setup, but it is a turbo car, and it does have a manual trans behind it, so that's pretty cool. Interior is all stripped down. But yeah, should definitely be a pretty sweet car when it's done. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up and bring the GTR in. All right, so it is the next day. I just got here about 25 minutes ago. I got the car all taped up, making sure there's gonna be absolutely no overspray on this thing. Today, what we're gonna do is spray some DTM primer. Of course, you know, tons of bare metal. That DTM it stands for direct to metal, so it is a bit of a filler, and it also seals and traps in any kind of bare metal, so don't have any kind of reactions. So yeah, car's all bagged up, taped up real nice. Shouldn't have any overspray anywhere. I'm gonna go ahead and walk around and see if there's any holes in the bag anywhere that I can tape up, just in case. Looks pretty good so far. So right now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is move some of this stuff. I'm gonna have to throw a bag over this stuff, throw a bag over that stuff. Everything else I kind of really don't care about. I'm gonna clean up my area right here, clean off my toolbox so I can mix up some shit, clean up that stuff and all the extra whips for my lights. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that and then start back taping on this thing so I can shoot some primer. Sometimes you don't really have to shoot primer, but this being a factory engine bay paint, it's probably single stage, and I've had some issues in the past with single stage where it reacts with say like a sealer. It's got too much reducer in it, so it kind of like bites into it, shrivels up or shrinks, or you can kind of see some of the feather edges here and there. So that's why I'm going with this extra step, and it's going to look way better in the long run, and it's going to be, you know, nice and smooth, nice and flat after I wet sand it, and then we shoot some base and clear on it. So I'm gonna just get right to it and clean up. Alrighty guys, I definitely sound like Darth Vader right now, but that is coat number 2. I waited about 25-30 minutes. I had the heat lamp going, I had this hot ass light going. Put it on a little bit heavier, it flowed out pretty good, looks nice. It's gonna get some 600 and some red Scotch Brite, and it should be ready to shoot tomorrow or Friday, depending on when I get the paint and the weather. I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this guide coat on here. That way I know where to sand and how far I have to go. I'm only gonna do it in the areas that really matter, basically strut towers and firewall, maybe some stuff in here, but yeah, it looks really good. No funny things going on. It's still a little funky right here, but that shouldn't be a problem. We'll be able to sand that out. So I will catch you guys whenever we're painting this thing or prepping it. We'll see. Alrighty guys, back at the shop. It's like a day later. We got the engine bay all prepped up. We got it all taped up, and we're about to start spraying some sealer. After sealer, we got base coat, and then we got some clear coat. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what we got going on, and then we can just start. Excuse the heater in the background, but just trying to get the shop up to temp. It's about 60 in here now. I want it to be at least 65, but as you can see, we got everything taped up pretty good. Everything kind of how I want it, and everything's all clean. I gotta go ahead and clean it with some prep shit, and then we can go ahead and lay down the sealer. After the sealer, we got the base, which we got in there, and hopefully everything goes well. Number 3. Well, here's the finished product. Got the subframe in, got everything bolted down, mainly the subframe, but these are all finger tight. I got some tape underneath them because this clear coat is a high solids clear, and it takes quite a while for it to fully kick. So that's why I got the tape under there, and I didn't torque them down because kind of risk fucking up the paint. But that's gonna do it, and it looks great. I think they will be pretty happy with the result.